All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It is 5:30 exactly on the button today for Morning Matters. So already improving on yesterday, where I started 7 minutes late. So I titled this morning's video "A Rough Start," and yeah, I'm definitely tired right now, and I think I'm getting on. And and yeah, it's there's a saying that I've heard before that we make plans and God laughs, right? And one of the videos I'm going to talk about in Bright Futures is how we course correct, something like, for example, a plane or a boat. When an airplane is in the sky, like before they take off, they make flight plans, and then they take off, and then there's wind, and there's weather, and there's things that move them around, either higher or lower or left or right. And and what they have to do is they have to course correct. They have to stay in touch with the ground, right? Because they need to stay, when I say stay in touch with the ground, not crash. I mean, stay in touch with the ground towers, right? So there's towers, and they and the towers tell them, here's where you are based upon where you said you wanted to be, right? And it gives them just a basis for positioning themselves, right? Because they can't shoot radar at the ground, right? Because then the radar is going to bounce back. There's ground everywhere, right? So, they can't just look out the window, to see where they are. So that's how they find out where they are, and then they course correct. Now, this is this is old school airplanes, baby. Today, if you're a pilot, excuse my yawning, man. If you're a pilot, you you know that there's systems now that do the same thing, but there's still course correction. It may not be hitting ground towers anymore. But my point is that, look, all you can do, you can't expect your plan. You make your plan and you follow it to the best of your ability. And your plan is there to help you course correct. It's like, okay, I want to make sure I'm doing what I need to do. So what am I talking about? Why am I talking about this? Because yesterday, so what I did to start off the month of March is I made this plan, right? So I'm used to paper. I'll share it with you, but I wrote down all the things I need to do. And so, for example, yesterday, which was Monday, March 2nd, I was supposed to do Morning Matters at 5:30. So I started at 5:37. Now, why did I start at 5:37? I started at 5:37 because I was so anxious to do this. I went to bed at, like, I really think I fell asleep at like 8 o'clock, which I never do. Okay, yeah, excuse my yawning. so which I never do, right? And I'm just sharing this experience because you're going through the same thing as you get started on a bumpy road. Um, so I said, all right, I'm gonna go to bed early. I went to bed at like 8 o'clock, and then I had some crazy dreams, and I woke up at like 3 o'clock, and I was like, oh man, I gotta get up at 5:15, and then I went back to bed, and I woke up again at 4, and then I woke up again at 4:30, and then I woke up again at 5, and actually I woke up at like 4:49, 4:40, something like that, because I knew my alarm clock in my mind. I said, oh, my alarm clock's gonna go off at 5, and then 5:03 hit, and I was like, oh no, I'm not, I missed it. right? I gotta get like cameras popped in my head. Then I realized I set my alarm clock for 5:15, so I could be on Morning Matters at 5:30. Now, since it was earlier, I was like, "Oh, I got time." So I did my 1%. I think these are the things we went over yesterday. So each morning I do my 1%, which is like my grain of sand. You can call it the 1%. You can call it your grain of sand, whatever you want to make my heap change my personality. I'm on day 44 now. Yesterday was day 43 in a row that I did these things, and for me, it's spend 1 minute on Bright Futures, my company. Do 16 push-ups, 16 push-ups, 16 push-ups, 16 squats. Make the bed. Put $1 in my savings. Put $2 in my investing account, and drink some green tea. And so 7 things, or a cup of green tea. So all easy things to do. And so I tried to do them all before I started Morning Matters. Well, apparently I can't get all those things done in 15 minutes. I can, but to wake up and then get those things done and then get in front of the computer and start everything up, make sure everything's working and make sure the mics are working and make sure I'm on it just, when I started at 5:37. So I learned, I said, okay, either I have to wake up earlier, which I didn't change my clock, or I'm going to have to do my 1% after Morning Matters, because I realized yesterday after I did Morning Matters that, I have the next thing on here is the gym at 7:00. So I had a lot of time to kill. So I'm going to do my 1% afterwards. And if enough time goes by and it doesn't work, maybe I'll move Morning Matters a little bit later and start it at 6. And so we can fix the plan, but we're going to do the plan for 30 days the way it is now. Right. So that was that. So I did Morning Matters. And then my next thing was go to the gym at 7. And I got to the gym and, but then what happened is I still didn't even get to the gym on time, right? Because then I started doing other things. I had to take care of Duchess, the chinchilla, just like things popped up right before I had to go to the gym. So we're going to be a little bit better today. But I still went to the gym. I did the things I needed to do. I got my workout done. And then it says 9:00, make a video. So yesterday, yeah, I did. Okay, so I did the video, but again, I didn't start at 9:00. So everything was kind of off. Like I think because I started my morning late, everything kind of was moved to later. And then I had to go drive Lyft. And I did that. I did that on time. And then I was supposed to spend more time on Bright Futures in the evening time, which I did. But that was part of the plan. So the other part of the plan was my diet, right? This one's very, wait. Anyway, it's pretty simple. This one's pretty easy. It's almost the same thing every day. So it's for Monday. So Sunday I was supposed to stop. All I have on here written is when I could start eating and when I could stop eating. And I was supposed to stop eating Sunday night at 8:00, which I did, which is probably why I went to bed so early. And then I wasn't supposed to start eating until 8:00 this morning, which is Tuesday. So I did not make it. I made it all the way till 8:30 last night. And then I broke my fast. So I'm a little disappointed at myself for that, but it is what it is, which is one of the reasons. But since I broke my fast early, 12 hours early, it's one of the reasons why I'm not in a happy mood right now, up and chipper, because I broke my fast in the evening time. And then because I went over 24 hours and I broke my fast not in the right way, and I just ate like a crazy person. Like it started off okay. I had 5 eggs, not raw, but cooked, scrambled, But then I had that. I was like, oh, I can eat some more protein. Then I ate some cheese, and then I ate. I don't remember what I ate after that, but it just spiraled. So my stomach's not happy with me. All right. So then I stayed up and or worked on my application to the traders, and I thought it was just simply make a video and answer one question, but then like it was like that was like page one, and then page two was like all these. There's a lot more deeper questions I had to really think about and come up with good answers for, and type it out. And so I was working on that, and I was watching. I was watching Kicking and Screaming with Carolyn and Yam Yam, and their podcast about Survivor 50 while I worked on my traders application. And I just didn't realize how long that took, and I didn't end up going to bed until well after midnight. It's like, oh man, I got to be up in 5 hours, and my stomach is grumbling and rumbling like crazy. Like it's just things moving around, and I'm like, I know what that means. So yeah, so I've been in the bathroom since like 5 o'clock, and I just said, I don't care. I'm going to make sure at least this morning we're not going to mess up again. We're going to follow the plan better. We're going to get better, which means start this camera at 5:30 no matter what. And hence why you're getting the yawning and eyes. And right now my stomach's still not happy with me. But I'm here, right? So 5:30 we started on time. But so the rest of my diet plan is basically I can eat for the rest of the week. It's all keto, so it's no sugar stuff, and I have a list of things I can eat. I can't eat anything that's not on that list. And I can eat at 8 o'clock, and then I stop eating at 8 o'clock. So basically, it's just 12-hour fast, simple 12 hours. But I'm supposed to have a 36-hour fast to start the week. So I didn't do that. So now when it says I can eat at 8, it doesn't mean I have to start eating at 8. So I just can. So I probably will fast more than 12 hours each day. Sorry. I'm only operating on like 4 hours of sleep, 3 hours of sleep. So that's why. And I know I have to go to the gym, and I still got to do my 1%. So you're seeing the raw and real me right now. So anyway. All right. So that's pretty much Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday is I can eat at 8, and I stop eating at 8. Well, with Friday, and then Saturday I can eat at 8, and then that's my one free day. So at 8 o'clock I can start eating, and then I can eat. And during the week I'm only doing keto. Saturday's my free day. I can eat carbs. I can eat. I'm not gonna go crazy and eat anything. Eat just eat like a whole pound cake or something. But that's my free day, and then Sunday I'm back on keto. Since I've already been eating on Saturday, I can keep eating on Sunday, and then I stop eating Sunday night at 8 o'clock, and then I'm supposed to go through my 36-hour fast. So that's the eating plan. And I'm sure, as we'll talk about in a future Morning Matters, that somebody will eventually listen to this and be like, that's a horrible plan. You should do this and that. And it doesn't matter. That's the plan I'm doing. All right. Well, what if you added this? What if you had that? Here's what's going to happen every time you try to start something. Somebody's going to tell you how to do it better, how you should change it, how you should make it better, or this is not good, or you do this, or what if you added this? What if you added, doing this to it? What if you tried, doing the minerals water? What if you tried doing this exercise and on top of it, or did you think it? Just tell those people, okay, thanks, and then just stick to your plan, because the objective is not to have the best plan. It's to stick to a plan for an extended period of time, and you will do fine. All right. As long as you do a little research before you do the plan, like anything you want to research, you want to come up with, talk to different people, whatever, and get it. But then once you make the plan, and you've done a little bit of due diligence and you set it into motion, you stick with it for a good amount of time. All right. Um, Minimum of 30 days, probably 60 to 90 days. And then you can change the plan. All right. But all the people who want to give you a better plan, so you do that plan. you do that. That sounds like a great idea. You could always do more. Why don't you do 50 squats in the morning? Why don't you also jog? Why don't you also? It's like, okay, yeah. I'm sure there's more I could do, but this is what I'm doing. Right. So anyway, not that those people mean anything negative. They're trying to help. So we're gonna have to pause. Wait. Nope. All right. Well, we're gonna have to wrap up Morning Matters a little bit early because my stomach is telling me that's it. You messed up, buddy. So at least I got here at 5:30. We'll talk more about this. By the way, the last thing I'll say is what I do with this schedule is I just set alarms in my schedule to stick to it because I'm not going to be looking at this piece of paper all the time. So I set alarms in my clock for the entire week for every single little thing. That's how I'm sticking to my schedule. All right. Short Morning Matters because stomach matters coming up. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll be in a better mood and things are going in the right direction, but you got to course correct. You got to be happy with where you are, and you got to love yourself and all that stuff. I don't usually say love yourself, but my mind is going crazy. All right. I will see you all tomorrow with an update. Morning Matters. Talk to you soon.